Hey guys, Sean with Long Honeymoon here, coming to you today with 5 tips about bear spray. We're gonna have a little fun with bear spray. Now, if you talk to any park ranger in bear country, they're going to advise that you carry bear spray with you when you go on a hike. The first thing you need to do is always keep your bear spray within easy reach. Most bear sprays will include some kind of holster. That bear spray in your pocket, or am I happy to see you? In this case, it's both. So I carry my bear spray typically attached to my belt with this little holster, and here's a typical can of bear spray. Bear spray is kind of expensive. You know, in bear country you will find it priced anywhere from $35 a can and up. Hey, it beats being eaten by a grizzly bear, doesn't it? All right, the next tip is you need to be familiar with the can of bear spray and understand how to use it if you do have to use it. And you can see that this can is equipped with a little safety clip at the top of the can that would prevent you from pulling the trigger. You can flip this clip back and it will drop to the bottom. Now, it's zip tied to the can. If you want to make sure you don't lose your little safety clip, then you can just leave that zip tie on there. And now our bear spray is armed and ready to shoot. So the third tip, it's a good idea to practice using your bear spray, but the catch is you only get one shot with the bear spray, and you probably don't want to blow through an expensive can of bear spray just in practice. So you can watch Long Honeymoon and we will demonstrate firing this can in just a minute. But even if you don't fire your can of bear spray, you need to practice getting it out of its holster and getting it ready to fire. Don't shoot yourself. Next, I want to reemphasize that bear spray is a last resort self-defense, and typically you're just going to get one shot. You really need to wait until the bear is within range of the spray before you use it, and certainly don't go chasing after bears with bear spray. Just not a good idea in general. If you're going on a hike with a friend, it's best practice for each person to carry at least one can of bear spray so you can each fire off a shot if necessary. Last tip is that bear spray does expire, and you will see that each can is stamped with an expiration date on it. In this case, this can happened to expire in December of the year 2020. Which was a terrible year, I think we all can agree. And so we're gonna help get rid of 2020 one more time by firing off this can of bear spray, which technically has expired. Keep in mind that you cannot fly with these cans, so you can't bring them with you on an airplane. In many national parks in bear country, you can rent bear spray. So if you don't want to pay the price to have your own can of bear spray, it may just make sense to rent a can or two for your hike. And now, without further ado, we will fire this can of bear spray and see what happens. Are you excited? I'm excited. And I'm gonna go from holster, pulling out the can, pushing back the little safety clip, holding out the spray, and saying, "Ah!" How about that? So that's a pretty good special effect, huh?
As with many things in life, once you blow your wad, you're pretty much finished. So you need to make sure that the bear is well within range before pulling the trigger. You can typically spray a can for only 7 to 9 seconds before it's empty, and the spray will travel at most 30 feet. Don't fire until you see the whites of their fangs.
Let's come in and look at the stuff here. Now, inside bear spray is 1.1% capsaicin and 0.9% related capsaicinoids derived from oleracin of capsicum. Of course, that's exactly what I expected to find in this bear spray, but it has left quite an interesting mess on our little parking pad here. Here you can see some of this nasty stuff dripping down the side of the can. Maybe my camera person would want to smell it. You want to smell it? She doesn't want to smell it. And let's take a look. I mean, this bear spray has not only an expiration date, it has like a little serial number on it, which is kind of interesting. Made in the USA. Wow, it's very strong. I just briefly inhaled just a tiny little bit. And it says danger. This is a strong temporary irritant to eyes, nose, and skin. Wash thoroughly with soap and water after handling. So you don't want to just fire this stuff willy-nilly for fun. It's a pretty serious irritant. Just inhaling that makes me want to cough. And my nose is running and my eyes are watering. So hopefully it would have a similar effect on a grizzly bear. So that's it, guys. Yet another episode of Long Long Honeymoon, the longest running RV show on the interwebs. And for the first time, we have fired bear spray, and it did not disappoint. See you next time.
Now, about the ceramic coating application, there are a couple of different methods that they will use to apply ceramic to a trailer. They can spray the ceramic coating onto the trailer, or they can apply it by hand, but the end result is the same. Every hard surface on the trailer receives the ceramic coating.
Coat everything. So we're coating your entire exterior, all your metal, your emblems, your lights, your labels, your pinstriping, your locks, your propane covers, everything to provide as much protection as we possibly can.
Now, just to be clear, this ceramic coating is quite different from what you might find in a local car shop. This formula has been developed over the past couple of years here in the United States. But not only is this formula extremely hard, Ryan applies 3 coats of it onto the trailer. Technicians go around the trailer in 3 passes. The first 2 coats are pretty thick, and the 3rd coat is thinner and more glossy. This costs around $4,000. Your trailer may be different. For a specific price, you need to talk to Vinny and or Brian.